In this video, we're going to look at web authoring. This is the third and final video on web authoring. We're going to put a focus on more formatting techniques in a web page. So here's what the exam board wants to know when it comes to web authoring. So far, we know how to use a template, we know how to insert text or objects, and we know how to use HTML code. So the final one left is knowing how to format on a web page. In terms of formatting on a web page, you have to know how to do headings, subheadings, you've got to know what body text is, and you've got to know how to change the alignment of your text. The alignment is the position the text appears, like left, center, right, etc. So far, if you've watched the other videos, you'll already know how to do headings. We're going to look at the rest of them now. We've already looked at a few of the concepts previously, so feel free to look at the previous videos for more detail. But in the previous video, we actually looked at how to make this into a heading. But we can actually make a subheading as well. So if I was to write, this is a subheading, press enter to separate it from the normal text there. Highlight the text. Under paragraph, I'll just select another heading. You can't see it, but I'll click heading 5. And heading 5 makes it a little bit smaller. You know, it's different to the paragraph text, but also different to the heading text, making it a subheading. Okay. Another phrase you might hear is the body text. Under split, you can see here a tag here called body. This is essentially everything that is within the actual contents of the HTML code. And the final part I'm going to show you here in this video is alignment. So moving the text either to the left, the center, or to the right, etc. I'm going to bring the properties panel up so you can see it a lot better. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this text here. Then under cell on the properties, horizontal, we can make it in the center. Okay, we can put it to the right, we can also put it to the left. I'm going to make it center. Okay. And we can also vertically align it as well, so we can put it at the bottom. You can see here it's not really changing. That's only because the cell itself is a particular size. But if you change the vertical alignment, if the cell was big enough, it would move the text up and down in the middle, etc. Okay, and that's that. Alright, so now hopefully we should understand how to do headings, and of course if you watch the video in full, if you know that if you know how to do headings, you obviously know how to do subheadings. You should now know what body text is and how to find it in the code, and you should also know how to change the alignment of your text. This means that we can now tick off everything because we know how to use the templates, we know how to insert text and objects, we know how to use HTML code, and now we know how to format a web page. And that's everything you need to know about web authoring. But before I do end the video here, obviously the final part of this was use HTML code. And this was the only part on this checklist where I didn't make a specific video for it. I'm going to very quickly now just show you what the checklist would have been for using HTML code, and you'll see that actually we've covered it already in the previous videos. So here's the official checklist for HTML code from the exam board. You've got, and you know how to do this already, you know how to insert hyperlinks, you know how to insert images, and you know how to do font enhancements. The main thing here is knowing how to evidence your HTML code to the examiner. If they ask to see a specific section of the code, you should be able to identify where that is by just highlighting it in your design view, and it will show it to you in the split. That's the big takeaway for HTML code, and if you can do that, you can do everything else. So that is everything you need to know about web authoring.